Hello and welcome to Canterbury Cathedral. So there's the cathedral itself. It's having a bit of work done at the moment. I'm actually staying in the lodges tonight, which are through there. Canterbury lodges. And this is the cathedral. I'll get a bit closer. It's obviously closed at the moment, so I'm going to be doing a video of the inside tomorrow, but just gives you an idea what it looks like from the outside. They're doing a lot of restoration to it at the minute. As you can see at the top there, it's a bit darker than the actual front piece. Here, this is where they've already cleaned. So it's not great to look at, but at least they're restoring it. You've got to be happy about that, I suppose. It's an absolute massive cathedral. I've actually been inside before, and it is really nice. There's a lot of history in there. The shrine of Thomas Becket used to be in there. It's destroyed now. They've done a remembrance to it, but you know, it's not like it was. For those who don't know about Thomas Becket, he was the Archbishop of Canterbury. I'm not sure of the year, I'll have to get back to that. But the king wasn't happy about how much power he had, and that he'd returned to the country when he'd been banished to France. So on him returning, the king apparently had said, "You will rid me of this troublesome bishop," something along those lines. And 4 knights who wished for the king's favour took it upon themselves to go and kill the archbishop, which they did. And they actually hacked the top of his head off, which is a nice way to go, I suppose. But his shrine that was in there, I'll show you the location of it tomorrow. Well, it won't be tomorrow, it'll be on the same video as this one, but and that used to be encrusted in gold, jewels, gems. It's supposed to be an absolutely spectacular thing to see. And then when Henry VIII got in power, he was doing a lot of reformation, destroying a lot of the saints and the idols. Had it destroyed. And rumour has it that he had it destroyed, melted down, and the remnants of it are still used in some of the royal jewellery and that kind of thing. Let's get a bit around this side, show you the other parts of it before I don't get killed by a car coming. But yeah, so the lodges are just behind there for anybody who's interested. It's quite a nice room actually. The view from the window is the cathedral. There's a horse there. Let's have a look at this. So what's this for? Oh, the Canterbury War Horse. It just describes over 8 million horses died in First World War. Obviously used for a lot of the horses back then, weren't they? There's some remnants of a building over there. I'm not quite sure what that is. Let's have a look, shall we? So I'm now inside the cathedral. That's the plan for it there. I've just got to try and stay as quiet as possible. There is prayer going on, it's first thing in the morning. I'll have a little walk around and show you. As you can see, like on the outside, there is restoration work going on with the net and so on. We'll have a little walk around, show you a few different bits, get to the good history. Walk down the centre. Now there is different tombs on either side of different archbishops and people of influence. Now, I don't know if they've bought these plots or if they was given to them for the contribution. I know that did happen sometimes. As you can see there, there's a tomb there. And on the other side. Let's take you down the left side. There's apparently a morning prayer going on, so I'm just trying to keep quiet. Now, when I first got here, I was a bit disappointed with all the work that's actually going on, but when you see the difference that it makes, you can understand, you know, it is worth definitely doing. And I want to show you first where Thomas Becket was killed, which is down here. Now that the morning prayer is going on, so I'll just show you quickly. And I'm not going to go down each individual room, because this video could take about an hour, but I'll show you the gist of it. So, there it is. This is where he was apparently slain, and they've put that statue there. This is a strange one, let me show you this. So this is the Chapel of Our Lady Martyrdom, and if you can see that tomb in there, I've never seen one like that before. It's got skulls, ribs, bones, femurs. It's a bit of a strange one, but we'll carry on. Down there is actually the crypt, but as I say, there's prayer going on, so we'll carry on. Now this is an interesting window. This window was given by the Freemasons of Kent, and it has a modern royal family. Let's look at that ceiling. I'm going to show you the ceiling of the main tower, which is interesting. And I was speaking to a member of staff that said that they used to winch things up with the legs. They used to like pedal something, and then that would take you up. Look at that window there, how beautiful is that? Let's get a close up. Let's look at that. But now, so this is the main tower. Not sure exactly how high that is, but anyway, right, let's go through. Now this must be where the choir and so on is. There is one king actually buried here with his wife, which I'll show you. Like I said before, there's different rooms that go off in different directions. I do want to show you this though, some original artwork. This is painted in 1480. Now look at the decoration on that tomb there. So firstly, I will show you the king that's buried here, because that's the closest one to where I am at the moment. There's another piece of lovely artwork. Now that there is Thomas Becket. And if you'll notice in a minute, oh sorry, here's the king and his wife. So this is actually, I'll show you the thing. So that's the tombs next to each other. And there is some artwork on the ceiling. It's not the clearest, but we'll carry on. Now there is something interesting I wanted to show you on these windows. So you see on the tomb there's a little green box. That is for the money, you know, to offer something. And also, if you can see there, that is so you could get your hands through and touch the body, or at least get a bit closer. I'm not sure how old these windows are, if they are original, or if not, they're beautiful regardless, like. But now that candle there, that burns where Thomas Becket's shrine was, and I explained last night what happened to that. Now it's quite difficult to see through the camera, but around here there's a slight dent in the floor, and apparently that was where, when pilgrims and so on would come to pray to the shrine, they would kneel, and it's actually worn away over time. But we'll carry on. This here, this shrine, like I said, when Thomas Becket's head was took off the top of it, the crown of his head, it was actually placed in here. We're going to get to my favourite one now, the Black Prince. For anybody who doesn't know about the Black Prince, I would definitely have a read into him. An absolute warrior king. There he is in there. See if we can get a bit of a better video. He also has some artwork above him. It's very difficult to see now, obviously, because of the age. You know, it does have some replicas of his uniform, his helmet and so on, his gauntlets, shield. But they're only replicas because the originals are being restored. Some lovely mosaic work on the floor there. Those windows that you can see at the top, apparently they tell a story from Jesus along the line. That was one of the guides told me. It's strange that you actually see quite a lot of graffiti on the walls in here. I've seen a few that are from like the 17 and 1800s, people's names and so on. This is a lovely little chapel here. Those windows. So we've almost done a lap now. There's some more restoration work going on. Look at that up there. And that is just a beautiful, beautiful place, this. Let's walk down that's where I walked through. So we'll walk down the left side. you also see quite a few things like this here, which I'm going to show you. So this is Walter Reynolds, Archbishop of Canterbury, 1313 to 1327. But if you look at his tomb, it's just like, it's really worn away. If you look at his face, not much left of him really. Well, let's carry on. There's another beautiful window. We can't actually go in the crypt and film anyway, even if the prayer wasn't on, because it isn't allowed. And I was reading up last night actually about the Thomas Becket story, which I'll get to in a minute. I'll just get past these people. And what it said was, I was very interested to see what had happened to the knights that actually killed him. And the story goes that the Pope apparently gave them two options, either to be excommunicated. They actually first, after they killed him, they ran to one of the members at one of the knights' castles up north, near Knaresborough, if I'm not mistaken. And there's some of the graffiti there, like 1667. And yeah, give them two options basically, either excommunicated or 14 years service in the Holy Land. And as far as I could tell, that's what they chose. They chose the 14 years. And I looked into the deaths of the knights. One of them died, not sure if he actually died in the Holy Land, but it is within that time period that he would have been there. The other one seemed to have survived. I'm going to show you that in a minute. That's for the army memorial. Just wanted to get another look at this. It's a real shame that they're doing that work there, because as you can see it's all scaffold and board, so you can't actually see the ceiling that way, but I imagine it'd be similar to that kind of style. Right, so I'll show you the war memorial thing now. This is for the Royal East Kent Regiment. Oh, this is great. Look at this. Right, so we'll make our way outside now. I did want to mention as well that the first time I came, which was only a couple of days ago, that I asked if it was possible to have a tower tour, but I was told unfortunately at the moment they actually have some peregrine falcons that have took up residence in there and had chicks within the tower, and as they're an endangered protected species, then there's no chance basically, and that's fair enough, you know. It's fair enough. So yeah, that's Canterbury Cathedral. Thanks for watching.